Good evening, race fans, and welcome to PSGL's F11, where we go full screen and full throttle for your racing enjoyment. My name is Webbo. I'm your regular F11 commentator, and you are all very welcome. And thank you for inviting us into your homes this evening as we enjoy the next race in our championship. It's round 11 of 15. We're heading out to the Japanese circuit at Suzuka, and our current championship standings show us as having Jibuk leading the championship on just 74 points from those previous 10 rounds. 3 wins and 2 second places for Jibuk, from Salad, who is on 58 points in second place. 4 third places for Salad so far, and a couple of DNS and ENFs. 2 points back is the Haas of Yarmo, who's had 2 wins, but a little bit more of a sketchy regular season so far, on 56 points, just 2 behind second place. And then in fourth is Franco, our ever popular Argentinian racer, with 1 win, 1 second, 1 third, and a string of difficult races at the start of the season. Welcome if everybody is here to support Franco. If you're here for Franco, say so. If not, tell me who else you're here for. We've got Huberto Mancini in 6th place, Matti in 7th, Joni Mater in 8th, and then Tsunoda, who is hereafter known as Yuki and will join during qualifying. So shouldn't be too difficult for us to remember the difference between Tsunoda and Yuki. In the Constructors' Championship, we see Mercedes on top, Huberto and Jibuk amassing 123 points between them. 40 back is the Alpine team of Matti and Jamie. A lot of consistent results for those 2 drivers. Then Red Bull on 68 points and Aston Martin on 66, with AlphaTauri close behind on 64. We are very much looking forward to getting going tonight. Welcome, as I said before, to the stream. I was hoping to have a new co-commentator with us tonight, a good friend of mine, but unfortunately he's been taken ill just this morning, so he's already saying hey in the chat. He's here to watch, to get his homework in, get himself familiar with you guys. I'm sure he'll know several of you from the racing scene anyway. But one of the Red Bulls is out on track already in its Japanese livery for this beautiful circuit. I haven't seen a weather forecast yet. I hope to see one soon. Messi's here. Hey to Messi and to Geordie. Tell us, Messi and Geordie, who you're here for, who are you supporting tonight, before all the Franco fans show up and spam the chat, which we're very grateful for. I mean, no shade on the Franco fans. We love them dearly, especially some of their comments towards Franco when he's not doing quite so well. They're kind of super fans of the highest degree. But the Red Bull of Alex is just cycling through the spoon corner right now, and I'm just going to get in touch with our drivers and ask for our weather report, if at all possible. So Tom's here to say hi as well. Nice to see you, Tom. Good to have you with us. I know you'll be commentating in about an hour's time. Everybody tune in to see Tom. Only on the race, of course. We want to finish our race first before you change channel. We're also looking forward to seeing Ryan making his debut in the Red Bull tonight. Ryan, a fan of racing for many of our races, and has watched many of these particular ones. Alex is on a hot lap. He's just going through the hairpin at the moment and putting in his first run. A little bit slow on the way out of the hairpin, but hopefully staying valid at least. That's target number 1 to achieve in quali. Make sure you get a time lap in, because there will be drivers who fail to do that, pushing too hard. Looks like we're going to have it dry a dry evening of racing, but with overcast conditions. Obviously purple sector for Alex, but you'd always expect that on the first flying lap. And soft tyres as well. It looks like Ryan's gone out there on mediums though. Interesting choice. So a 130.204. I think Enro is going to be the next one through. Just short shifting out of the difficult traction Casio Triangle chicane, and a second place, good enough, a 36.1. We'll go much faster than that tonight, I'm sure. Jarmo is out there circulating. Looks like Flying Dutch Roger also on a lap. Just the 2 flying laps so far, so let's see what Ryan is up to. 13.531. Ryan, not only is he debuting, he's debuting on medium tyres and his first race without ABS, so we'll see how he manages to navigate this first turn without that ABS. I don't know if he's on the controller or on a rig. Jim, provisional pole, a 29.92 far, and that one is a good lap time for a banker. Oh, Ryan just sideways problem through the S's, and that might well delay the Haas coming up behind him. I think that might have been Jarmo, in fact. Jarmo always in the thick of it in our races. Jamie goes pole on a 129.581. I'm not watching the right driver tonight, it seems, but Jarmo attacking the lap. He's always good value for quali lap. So thisy boy is watching Ryan. That's good. Good to see you. So Jarmo attacking the lap, heading towards Spoon. Brilliant corner Spoon. Really tackles everything of a driver. Quick entry to a reducing speed second apex, wrestling the car in. Jarmo good through sector 2. He's just got the chicane, the end of the lap, to tackle now. Good decisive turn in, using the curb to pull the car round, takes the short distance to the line, and Jarmo immediately on the pace and on provisional pole, a 129.124. Beautiful stuff from Jarmo, as we've come to expect. Further down the order, it looks like we're looking for an outlap for Matti and possibly Giovi just behind, but we'll stick with Matti because Matti often gets a good early lap in. Alpine car, occasional spots of sunshine on the track, got some sharp shadows right now. Of course, the start-finish straight traditionally in shadow, and Matti then attacking turn 1 all the way down to 4th gear into turn 2 here for him. Through the S's, each one slightly different profile to the one before it. Oh, big moment for Matti through here. Just needs to keep the lap current. Enro has gone off the circuit and is out of this session. He smashed the car up. So that was on the not quite straight on the approach to Spoon. Enro out. His car's been cleared though, so no yellow flag persisting. The Roger has gone in with his teammate onto a Haas front row, which is always fun to say. Matti getting out there, Jarmo out the way comfortably, no trouble caused by that slowing Haas, but his teammate up there on the front row with him. Jamie looking for his teammate to help out and get near him on the grid. I think Matti will build the speed through the session. I don't think this one's going to be super special, but I've been proven wrong when I've said that in the past, so let's stick with him and see what he's got. We've got Giovi on a lap behind him. Jarmo's on his way into the pits. So Matti, what's this one going to be? A 32.4. Yeah, turns out to not be particularly great. Giovi's in sector 2 at the moment, and this is the backstretch, so-called, but going slowly. So I'm assume had an invalidation and will be only just starting his next lap. Jarmo's on his way into the pits. I think it's just Giovi actually on a lap here, unless he's got a connection issue and his sound's not coming through properly for me. He's going to go through and set a time here. It was quite a slow one, a 36.5, but if someone fails to log a time, that one's going to be good enough to get him off the back. Just 13 cars in qualifying. We're hoping to see... Oh, Yuki has showed up. So Yuki's here in the Alfa Romeo. So thankfully we'll have him on the track. Is it me, or was Yuki usually driving an AlphaTauri previously? Is that just what stuck in my head? Enro saying that was embarrassing. Jamie saying this Suzuka is completely different to Imola. I mean, an interesting observation, Jamie. Why would it be the same as Imola? I haven't typed the wrong name in the title, have I? We really appreciate everybody stopping back into the session tonight, because of course we missed last week. It was a break week, and I think we have a break week next week as well, because of the clashing real life Grand Prix. I say real life, this is real life, on track and off, and on PlayStation. Perhaps we should make the distinction. But Alex into Spoon Corner. Out of it safely. We'll get an idea of his sector time as he heads towards 130R. Another fantastic corner. Just a little bit slower, so he's going to have to ace this final chicane to pick up any further places than the 7th place he currently sits in. Small gap to the car in front, but a little bit crossed up on the way out of the chicane. Yeah, and it lost about a 1/10 on the way through there. What's Jim up to though? Jim is nearly 0.2 of a second faster than he's been before through sector 1. Andreas for the NRX team and the Williams goes into 2nd place, splitting the Haas cars. Still a little ways off Yamo's best time. Yamo's time looking better and better. Yuki says, yeah, he's been in the Ferrari the whole time. My mistake. 0.3 then Jim on the way through sector 2. Slamming on the brakes, lifting off the brakes early, using the engine to slow the car through the apex of the Casio triangle and down the start finish straight under the Honda board, and it's a P3 for Jim. So a nice lap from Jim. Roger attacking a lap, but I think we might have a car coming up to finish a lap earlier than that. Maybe it's Ahmed. No, it's his teammate Yuki on an outlap. So Ahmed on a flyer. Ferrari currently 9th and 13th, barreling through 130R, nice and easy in the dry. Quick downshifts, which you can afford to do in an F1 car, but not in a historic or an F2. They don't let you beat the revs, and there's a 6th, nearly 7/10 improvement for Ahmed. Beautifully done into P6 for him. It's Ryan. Where's Ryan on track? Ryan is coming through sector 2, and he's a little bit slower. He's invalidated, so nothing special this time out from Ryan. Hopefully making improvement soon. Again, similar situation here for Roger, so I don't expect anything to happen regarding that one. Let's head down and have a look at who's on a lap at the moment. I'm not sure anybody's actually on a valid lap. Ahmed will be coming into the pits. Yuki's on a lap. Let's watch with Yuki. Keep the comments coming. If you can see something that I'm not talking about that's going on the screen, shout up. That'd be good. Always useful when I'm on my own in the comms box. So Yuki crossing the beam of 112.8. Of course, it's his first flyer. Whether it won't be the fastest because he's on those medium tyres. Over the apex, good line through here. A lot of short shifting going on. Still a little crossed up on the way out, and it's a 129.729. Good enough for 7th, and an impressive lap there on the medium tyres from Yuki. Is Roger actually on a valid lap now? He might be. So Roger has been as high as 2nd so far in our session. Time running out now for the drivers. Roger, how's sector 2 looking? Oh, it's pretty good. He'll need a little bit more out of this one to get up onto P3 and better than Jim, but that's about the only one in... no, decides against it, actually. It might have been worth going through, but decided that he wasn't happy the way his sectors were looking. Obviously his delta gives him a little bit more information than it gives us. Yuki, I think, is on his way into the pits, but he's the only car really running in anger, so we'll watch him for the time being. Just some outlaps happening at the moment. I think Giovi might be on one. Let's see. No, he's heading into the pits as well. Yuki just finishing his lap off, and one of the Red Bulls will be next to start a lap, and we'll ride with Alex in the tribute livery for Honda from Red Bull. It's a white Red Bull with a blue icon, which makes life very confusing. Enrose said he looked away for a second and drove into a wall. Yeah. I can understand why there might be some embarrassment going on as a result, but hopefully you won't be looking away during the race. Enrose time though, he's slipping down the order into P9 at the moment. There was a wheel on the inside edge of the track. That might well have been, I can't remember who that wheel belonged to. Was that Jamie's wheel? But Alex through sector 1 is purple, so he'll be pleased to see that. But the question is, has he taken out too much out of his tyres in this first one? Ahmed has parked in a dangerous position, has been disqualified, and will go straight to the back of the grid. Now that is very controversial, because it's usually as a result of an accident and you end up stopped with a wheel off in the pit lane or pit exit. Sorry, pit entry or exit, and that often is the result. It's deeply unfair. Another purple sector for Alex. This lap looking amazing, and he's had the best out of the first 2 sectors. Just a matter of keeping the car together now. Consolidate what you've got, don't be too greedy, and heading to the line then. Alex, oh, it's good enough for P2, an 8, nearly 9/10 improvement on his previous time, and Alex in the Red Bull up to P2. Beautiful, beautiful lap. What has his teammate got in answer to that one? He's also 8/10 faster than he's been before, so possibly the track evolving significantly by now. Ryan up to P4, that's more like it. Nearly a second improvement this time for Ryan. Out there at the moment, I think Jim on a lap, but he's a little bit slower in the first sector, so a lot to gain through Spoon if he can. No, he's decided to bail out of this one. Try and go around and do another lap, potentially, for him. What about Jimmy Allen? We've not seen Jimmy Allen tonight, and that's my bad, but usually he's got some fans join us. Jimmy Allen then. Currently P9. How's his sector looking? It's 3/10 faster. So Yuki is within range here. Oh, a moment there of indecision, potentially. With the rejoining Haas as he finishes his outlap. Jimmy Allen safely through the chicane. Might have a question to ask about that. Gets that P8, but P8 is all he has right now. So who else is out there on the lap? Yarmo's crossed the line, won't go any faster than he's gone so far. Andreas, the next driver, with a strong chance of beating that. I think he's on a lap and progressing. Joni Mater asking the lads to put in a good clean race. I could do with a clean race for sure, and a nice calm one as well for my voice tonight. I've had a bit of a frantic one prior to this already today, and it was a lot for the old throat. Andreas crossed up out of Degner 2, and I don't think this one's going to be very special at all. Let's have a quick look at Matty. I think he's on a lap. Where does Matty come in? 3-second improvement up to P2 at the death of qualifying from Matty. That's much more like it from the Alpine driver. And I'm sure that will get a wry smile from Jamie as he sees his teammate up there doing well. A 6/10 improvement for Jim. This track evolution is absolutely meteoric with the drivers at the moment. Awesome stuff with the times tumbling. A 1:29.1 is the target reference. And a new pole position for Jim at 28.721. Bam! Have that, everybody. That's one for the books. That's one for the clips. We'd love to see that one again from you, Jim. If you can clip it for us and tag it in the socials, we'd love to see it. Yuki going a lot slower here as he crosses the line, finishing the session, and right at the death, that was it for Jim. Jim with a pole position in PSGL's F11 season 29. Jim for Ireland and Aston Martin, a 1:28.721, a 4/10 of a second gap to second place Jarmo in the Haas. But race pace is a very different matter for our leading drivers, of course. Matty in third, Alex in the Red Bull for Greece, and then the Dutch Roger in the Haas car is in fifth, followed by Andreas, the Dane, in the Williams. We've got third Dutchie, Ryan, in the Red Bull in seventh, then Jovi, Jamie, Jimmy Allen, Yuki, Enro, and Ahmed, who was somewhat questionably disqualified from the session, racing under the Bahrain flag. So it looks like a disconnection issue for Ahmed, which left his car stranded. That was the problem. AI didn't take over in qualifying, so you can just see the start gantry camera testing itself out for the start position there on the screen. Nice little detail. And just the countdown timer starting. Should be a dry race for us here in Suzuka. You can see the drop of the hill down the start-finish straight here. What are your predictions for the race, guys? Who's going to take this one? Who will get the first penalty tonight? And how many cars will reach the finish of this difficult, narrow classic track that catches the real-life drivers out? No end. We will have 13 starters for you. Jim slow off the line and Jarmo jumping ahead, a la Michael Schumacher many years ago. So Ahmed will start at the back, but it's only 13th. Enro and Ahmed choosing soft tyres to start the race on, despite them having the opportunity to take mediums. Yuki's gone onto mediums and will have a good strategic position here and not be vulnerable to too many people behind. So Ferrari starting 11th and 13th. We have Jimmy Allen in the Alfa Romeo in 10th, with his teammate in 8th place, Giovi. Jamie, after crashing out of qualifying, is in 9th place for Alpine. His teammate all the way up in 3rd place. Ryan making his debut as a driver. He's been a fan for a long time, but his debut as a driver in F11 in his favourite car, the Red Bull, I think. And like I said earlier in the footage, he's turned off ABS to be here in F11 with us. So definitely going to be interesting to see his progress and how he relied on it or didn't, perhaps. It might be easier than he was expecting. The Williams driver, Andreas, is in 6th, and we have Flying Dutch Roger for Haas in 5th with his teammate in 2nd, Jarmo. Alex, good qualifying for him in 4th place, then Matty. Jarmo up there will have the inside line to the first corner, but it's a very fast first corner, so Might not be quite the advantage you would think. The spooky helmet for Jim gave him a bit of a lucky mascot, and he's ready to begin the race from pole position. Stellar pole position from Jim, as we enjoyed that. So we're about to get underway for our drivers. Trying to find you a good camera angle. Difficult to find at the moment. There's a particularly awful one for you. Hopefully be with you very soon. Here we go. Now we've got problematic start lights, but the lights out. We're away. Jarmo with a good start. Jim bogging down a little bit, and Matti launching his typical great start. Jarmo is well into the lead on this first lap. Matti getting up the inside, and a nice start from him. Alex looking a little bit more circumspect, but going the long way round the S's and just tucking in. Jim being incredibly aggressive. Perhaps that was accidental with that sort of tail whip move he did to the Red Bull. Roger all the way up there in 4th place and doing well. Ryan and Alex together. Ryan's had a great start as well, but Jarmo it was that took the lead right from the very early part, and away he went. We've got Jim half a second back as they approach the hairpin for the first time. All the cars making it through the S's, and very pleased to see that. Yuki in the medium tyres has made up several places, has already up to P8, getting great bite out of those obviously very well warmed tyres. He's taken his helmet off for additional aerodynamic advantage. In front of him, he's got a great view of Jovi getting underneath the Red Bull of Alex, who is slow on this first lap and is dropping down the places. Needs to get his rhythm back and needs to get back underway. But the Alfa Romeo looking defensive is now on the outside, with the Red Bull getting on the inside, and Yuki diving down the outside of the chicane and around. I think Yuki's actually going to get past Alex as well. Yuki in the Ferrari getting past Alex. He'll be able to sweep past the outside on the way into turn 1, or will it all go wrong? Here they come. Oh yes, he manages to get the favoured line through there, and a beautiful start from Yuki. That one is definitely one to share if at all possible. Having a great first lap for Yuki. Your order at the front though is Jarmo a second away from Matti, with the chasing Jim and Roger and Ryan all in a line behind him. Yuki has gapped Alex already. Jimmy Allen we lose already from the race here on the last of the S's corners. Virtual safety car has been declared, and that will neutralise the race right now, but I'm not sure that Alex and Yuki have been told. Oh, Alex overshooting the corner significantly, not expecting Yuki to slow, but Yuki has to slow to the delta, and this is where we end up with accidents. Alex did catch the first penalty of our race tonight, a 5-second penalty, so presumably some form of contact or overstop. A restart for Ahmed because he can't take control is what I'm seeing on here. Would we really restart the race just for one driver? Yeah, looks like we're heading for a restart. Okay guys, so we will see everybody leave the session shortly, and if we lose the stream, which we in all likelihood will, please go ahead and go back to the PSGL channel and find the F11 broadcast when it's ready and back underway. Apologies for that situation, as now the drivers are, I believe, exiting the session, but I'll stay on the race footage as long as possible, as long as no one starts getting too silly. The drivers haven't got the message, I don't think. Yeah, Jamie's gone. So bear with us while we try and get you your race restart very shortly. Andreas is pleased because his race did not go well off the start. It will be a custom grid rebuild. We'll just restart the race. There'll be no further qualifying, of course. as you would expect. Qualifying was completed satisfactorily, and there will not be a formation lap either, so we'll get underway as quickly as possible. I don't think everybody has got the message. Unfortunately, they're not reading their Discord messages or seeing the new invites, so apologies. I will try and get this stream hooked up as quickly as possible. Apologies, folks. I think I'm going to have to close the application, and that will automatically disable the stream.